We arrive at the house and I can see the client lying on a floor. What's attached to him, I actually worked with a sketch artist on this one because it was so bizarre. It looked like a blob. It reminded me of a sponge person. It was covered, though, in hundreds, and this picture doesn't accurately represent how many connections there were of that were stuck into the client. I can see him lying on a floor, and this thing is connected to him in so many different ways all over his body, sucking the life out of him. The will to live is actual energy. It looks up at me and says, I was invited here. You can't touch me. It wasn't wrong. What it was showing me was that the owner of the property, for whatever reason, had invited this entity to be on the property. I'm going to assume that the property owner thought that he was protecting the property, but he didn't realize what he had actually invited in wasn't capable of having taken on that kind of a work responsibly. So I asked my guide, what can we do? And obviously we can't remove it. It was invited. Unless we have the owner's permission to do this, we cannot go against his free will as the property owner. There are so many ethics involved in this kind of work. So many rules and things that we are allowed to and not allowed to do. Sometimes just because we can isn't okay. So my guide says we can disconnect him from the entity, protect him, and protect his sister until they can get a game plan together on what they want to do next. So we do that. It took forever to disconnect all of these attachment things this entity had into these two people. I got the sense that there were 3 people in the house. I only knew about the man and his sister. So I didn't know that person. So we didn't do anything with them because, again, and I have the client's permission to work on him and his sister. We do that as much as we can. 9 different protectors were left with the clients. And then I had to make the phone call to explain something I wasn't even entirely sure I could explain.